Colonialism also you have to understand the history of it. Everything has history. There's a Spanish philosopher, Ortega Gasset, who said that man has no nature, what he has is history. We do not have nature. You can argue that you are all DNAs, you are all chemicals, you are all percentage of yourself as water, but you are also a product of historical process. What you are now is a result of a long process of history that has created you as people who has been either colonized or liberated. You are a citizen. Culture is not about the tools that we use. It's not about It's not about the habits that we acquire. But culture is about the tools that we use, the habits that we acquire in the house that we inhabit. Meaning that the house is the metaphor for countries. All countries, every country has an ideology. If you're born Malaysian, then you'll be colonized as Malaysian. If you're born American, you'll be colonized as Americans. If you're born in China, you'll be colonized as a Chinese. The only thing that separates us is a passport to travel from one country to another. So, in the process of being colonized, your mind control, you go through from birth to the education process, right up to everything from birth, education process, religion, socialization, everything into the media, the slogans, and also the propaganda, and everything that you becomes part of you, including also Biru Tata Negara. Culture. Culture is a system of meaning. And what system of meaning does it create? For 4 years here, you are studying biotechnology. You are going to be enculturalized in the field of biotechnology. You will be thinking like a biotechnologist. You'll be thinking how to mutate this, how do you transform this, how do you create new things, how do you create new crops, how do you create new genes and everything, and how do I pollute the agricultural sphere with new crops, and what impact will it have on the environment? So that you will need to answer through philosophy. Structure. Colonialism has structure. It has anatomy. It has the language of colonialism. The language divide and conquer, for example, right? Why a country is when colonialism, when colonialists go into a country, why do they divide these people into different groups and emphasize the differentness and use the different differences to turn them into labor? Right? Like for example, in Malaysian history, the Chinese during colonial times, the Chinese taken as laborers, the Indians are taken, Tamils are taken as laborers, and the Malays are laboring in the paddy fields, but the British colonials are emphasizing all these differences because it's good, it's easy for them to control. In order to control people, you have to divide and conquer. If you let them be united like one Malaysia, then you can see you can control them. Right? But to divide them, you can see the enemy. Just name something. This is a chair. You know that you're going to be using this to sit on the chair. But if you don't have a name, then you know what to do. Once you start naming something, then it becomes objectified and it's easy to attach other concepts surrounding it. Are you having headaches yet? I think I am. There are styles of colonialism, right? And in colonialism, there are 14 different styles of colonialism. Colonialism is not just about British colonialism, but also, the most advanced colonialist strategy now is the American Empire. There is no other empire other than the American Empire that we are in now. How does the American Empire work? Through exporting, selling the democracy. Through installation of military. There are thousands of bases, for example, all over the world. Right? And selling democracy, selling everything from McDonald's to Starbucks to everything. Selling some things that we need, selling things that countries don't need. Why? Because this is what democracy means. That's the American Empire. Before that, we had the British Empire. which lasted, the British Empire, which lasted for, how many years? 100 years? The Roman Empire lasted for 1,000 years. And Roman Empire civilization gave the world judicial knowledge, study of how the judicial system works, legal system. But before that, depends on the time period, whether it's British East India Company, whether Dutch East India Company, or whether even the Portuguese coming into Malacca. All these things, colonialists have different styles doing this. But the style goes. It all depends. Like I say, what is needed by the colonialists. For example, during the time of Malacca, 1400s, there was a time when the colonists needed spices. Now, colonies are created by exchanging or using goods or labor from other countries. Right? What is the purpose of colonialism? Psychology of colonialism, what does it do to the human mind? And we have to look at also the form and substance of colonialism. Okay. How do I play this video? Just a very brief overview, right?
Langkah pertama menuju taraf sebuah negara dan kemerdekaan ialah dengan temeterinya Perjanjian Persekutuan pada tahun 1948. Walaupun dalam peta Melaya telah bersatu, tetapi dalam jiwa dan fikiran penduduk-penduduknya belum lagi.
Revolusi tak perjuang kelah, enggak? Revolusi memang perjuangan kelah. Dan sayanya berpengaruhnya daripada keluarga.
Saya dididik oleh bapa di dalam perjuangan kelas. Kerana datuk moyang saya ni orang perjuangan juga.
Maka kiranya boleh dikatakan benihnya berkembangnya dari situlah. Maka orang-orang semuanya orang revolusioner belaka, orang progresif belaka.
Reinforcements arrive at Singapore from Hong Kong as Britain promises full aid in the war against the bandits.
Masa itu saya jadi awas dalam pergerakan awas lah.
Dia ini pengaruh revolusi lah, mula tertabur di di Malaysia ni.
Untuk mendapatkan kuasa, dengan serta-merta komunis telah bertindak, mencuba nak meruntuhkan kerajaan dengan jalan kekerasan setelah tidak berjaya dengan jalan lain.
Oh, pasalnya masa itu, dia kiranya kita ni orang durhaka semua. Dia istilah komunis dah dia tu. Itu dia istilah berdarah. Saya pun undur daripada rumah masa itu, masa darurat.
Untuk hanya satu, menuntut pembebasan dan kemerdekaan tanah air.
Orang yang berjuang ni orang miskin. Tujuannya nak kemerdekaan, nak menghapuskan penjajahan.
Memang ada di masa itu kesalahan kelah. Sampai apa kita boleh menderita? Kerana kelah bukan?
Yang kena tindas banyaklah buruh lah, tani lah. Kiranya rakyat lah, rakyat proletariat ni.
Maka kerana adanya penindasan yang macam ini, baru ada timbul satu kesedaran. Enggak? Sampai itulah boleh timbulnya berevolusi. Revolusi berliku-liku. Revolusi bersusah payah. Berevolusi bertumpah darah. Revolusi nak adakan satu perubahan. Perubahan itulah gerakan revolusi.